like I said, we're on our way to Aquashella. Excited about it and looking forward to some pretty cool stuff going on. There's going to be a lot more people there this year, I think, as far as YouTubers. I know, man, this is so shaky. Tech's going to be there this year. He was not in Dallas, which I guess Dallas was still this year, but it seems like it was a long time ago. And I guess since it's another occurrence of kind of the same event, but in a different place, it feels like Dallas was last year. I don't know. But anyway, Tech's going to be there. Miss Jinx is going to be there. And all kinds of, I'm going to be there, guys. Zawa Tanks is going to be there. Zenzo.
Looks like it's finally come through, but I don't think everybody heard most of the beginning.
Okay, so should I just like start over?
I'm not sure. It says
long story short, I am live streaming from the interstate because, and don't worry, I'm not using my hands to live stream. I just got it on the mount and I'm watching the road while I talk, and my wife is watching the comments so that I don't have to, so that I can drive. And we're doing this because last week I did not get time to make a video, so I didn't put out a video last week on Friday, and I didn't have a time this week to put out an edited video today either, just because we've had a ton of stuff going on. I don't think we've had a free evening that didn't have something scheduled going on in the past 2, maybe 3 weeks. So it's just been crazy hectic. I haven't had time to do anything in the fish room other than just feed and water changes. So it's been pretty hectic, and plus the environment in my house right now isn't necessarily conducive to filming just because it's really busy right now. It's not the biggest house, but it's big enough for the two of us. However, for the time being, we temporarily have 4 more living with us. Her sister and her sister's husband and their twin 9-year-old girls have moved in with us while they wait on their new house to be built, because they are moving to the Cincinnati area from Texas, which it's an answer to prayer for us, because we've been trying to get them moved up here closer to family for a really long time. But in the meantime, they don't have any place to stay, so they're staying with us. So we're making do in a pretty crowded house right now. But yeah, on our way to Aquashella, and I'm pretty stoked about it. I've always liked going to these kinds of events where you'll have opportunity for meet and greet, you know, and hang out with a bunch of other people that are into fish tanks as much as you are. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And if I'm just going to say this stuff again because I don't know if you guys heard it or not when we lost connection earlier, but there's going to be a ton of people there. The fish tube booth is going to be there in force, and we've got a bunch of creators, and I think even a lot of creators that weren't in Dallas. I know Rachel O'Leary's going to be there, Tech's going to be there, Flip Aquatics is obviously going to be there, Rob's going to be running, I think he's running the fish tube booth, and I think he's got a Flip Aquatics booth as well, so that dude's going to be busy as all get out. So a huge shout out to Rob for heading up both those booths. And there's been a committee around fish tube, Creative Pet Keeping, Primetime Aquatics, Jadron Aquatics, and several others that I apologize, it's not all coming to my head right now, have been on like a planning committee for the fish tube booth, and so they've worked really hard. So shout out to them, shout out to Flip Aquatics and Rob, and you guys know they're a sponsor of this channel, so we really appreciate them putting all that together. And hey, shout out to Aquashella itself, because they've been super receptive to fish tube, and wanting to collaborate and promote fish tube, and fish tube promote them, and it's been organic and it's been good. And Jay Wilson, I know, has worked on this stuff a lot, being with Fritz and all that. Fritz has contributed a lot to Aquashella itself, and so Jay is really involved in that. So a lot of cool people are going to be there. Aquarium Co-op's obviously going to be there. The King of DIY is going to be there. Coral Fish 12G. I think Paul Cafaro's going to be there, which makes sense since it's in Chicago, and with it being in Chicago, I'm assuming that Greg Whitstock, the pond guy, is going to be there, and him and Paul are buddies. So that kind of makes sense to me. And actually, right now we are on our way. In the GPS, I put Aqualand in the GPS instead of our hotel, because even though Aquashella doesn't start tomorrow, I think there's some kind of deal going on at Aqualand for VIP. Goodness, that's a lot of shaking. I apologize. I said earlier that I was in the middle of nowhere, Illinois, and we're not in Illinois. We're in Indiana.
Josh Hedger asked, what is Aquachella?
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
My man. Josh is my buddy in real life. He is not a fish nerd. So he's watching just because he's my friend. So shout out to Josh for tuning in on this. Aquashella is and it's a good question. There might be some fish nerds that don't know. I can't imagine that, but there might be some fish nerds that don't know. It is kind of a big aquarium fish keeping convention. I would say trade show, but it's less of a trade show and more of a convention. There'll be speakers, and generally a trade show is for like manufacturers to show off their stuff for people who own stores and stuff like that, so that they'll sell those people's products or whatever. And like aquatic experiences like that. Aquatic experience is basically a trade show where Fluval and Cobalt and Omega One, they all come and they show off their products so that store owners will see them and say, hey, I'll start carrying that in my store. Whereas Aquashella, it's for the hobbyists. It's for people who actually have aquariums, not necessarily for people who sell aquariums. They'll have people that are selling art, they'll have people that are selling fish, they'll have people that are selling reptiles, they'll have people that are just displaying that, and they will have vendors. They'll have people like Fritz Aquatics. I don't know if I don't know what all fish food manufacturers are going to be there, but there'll probably be some of them, that kind of thing. And there'll be a bunch of local businesses. There'll be aquarium societies or aquarium clubs will have booths to show off their club and get people to join. There'll be local pet stores that'll have booths and things like that. It's kind of a festival of fish keeping, to kind of put it that way. And my favorite part of it is just going to be, there's going to be a bunch of hobbyist people that like keeping fish that are going to be coming and looking at everything and hanging out and talking. And I'll be spending most of my time at the Fish Tube booth, which is the booth for all of us fish keeping YouTubers to get together. And you need to be at the booth sitting at the autograph table. They'll like have an actual autograph table for people. If they'll have pictures for me to sign at this one. I failed when I went to Dallas. I didn't communicate with really anybody except Rob, so like whoever was in charge of the pictures, maybe I will on this one, maybe not. And I'm not supposed to be looking at comments, but I did just see Life with Pets, Sheila. I apologize for the cutting out. That may be on my end, not yours. I'm with right now. But yeah, that YouTuber's there. I don't know, probably somewhere between being the king of DIY.
And that, but it's been reconnecting, so I don't know if it's...
I wish that it would tell me. So there's only 5 people watching right now anyway. But I should probably just not quit talking, because this is still going to be up whenever we're done. This video will be up, so I'm not going to be up, so I'm not going to.
Okay, so looks like we're back up.
Okay, we're back up. Okay, good. Comment below if we're back up. Traffic is kind of stop and go right now. I apologize for the connection issues, guys. So that's what we're doing right now. We are heading to Chicago. Gonna hang out with some folks tonight, and then the show starts tomorrow. I apologize for this semi-truck noise right there. But as for the announcement, I've talked a little bit about Aquashella, how I'm going to be there, what that's going to be like. But to announce to you guys what's there right there in the title, I can't put huge announcement in the title and then not make a huge announcement. So I'm going to make a huge announcement. And it's the biggest announcement I've ever made in my entire life. Thing is, if you follow me on Instagram and you've paid attention to my Instagram, you already know this. Attention to my Instagram, you already know this. But after 5.5 years of disappointments and a lot of prayers, we're buffering again right now. Now of all the times for buffering, it's got to be right now. Ooh, and look at that freeze frame. That's rough. That is rough stuff. Should I tell them, or should I wait till it's not buffering?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's trying to come through, but
This is my watch. I just
it's
continue. I don't know if anybody at all is even able to see this right now, so it doesn't even feel like I'm holding out suspense. Connecting. It says we're reconnected. Are we reconnected? We're live again. This is rough. I've got an if I don't think anybody's gonna see it because we don't have connection. But I mean, I'm recording this live stream and it's gonna go. Okay, are we good? Okay, stop and go, but we're good. So for the 4 of you that are watching live right now, the 4 of you that have stuck through the choppiness and the buffering and all of that, 5 of you now. The big announcement. What's the announcement? She's about to blow a bubble, and I turn the camera to her.
you want me to say it?
Being not for profit. Okay, so we lost connection again right then. But yes, I'm gonna be a dad. My wife, my lovely, beautiful wife, is pregnant with our first kid, and she is due April 17th. So she is 11 weeks along today. So yeah, pretty stinking awesome stuff. Ooh, I see a congratulations in the comments. So
You got the news.
yes, we are live, and I didn't just make that announcement to nothing. So awesome. We are super duper stoked. And if you see Regina Frazier in the chat right there, that is her. That's my wife. And you're not even a mod. I need to mod you, but I can't because I'm driving. And that's dangerous. Don't mod people and drive. That's the first lesson that I'm going to impart as wisdom as a future father to all you kids out there. Do not drive and create moderators on your YouTube live chats. Don't
Brian
do that.
says, congratulations. I will shake your hand tomorrow.
Who says it?
Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Yeah, so like I said, we tried for 5.5 years, and I mean, got tested for everything in the world. No, King, I do have mods, just she's not one. I don't know people that are mods on here. I should make you a mod. You almost always show up to my live streams, dude. And so yeah, I mean, we tried for like 5.5 years and just wasn't working out. Doctors were trying all kinds of stuff and surgeries and hormone therapy. Really much else.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Shut up, Waze lady. Anyway, the doctor said there's not really much else that she could do, and she was going to refer us to a specialist. Said we needed in vitro, and 3 weeks later she had a positive pregnancy test. So praise the Lord. So it's pretty awesome. We are super stoked, and I only do 1 video a week already anyway. I don't foresee that changing when the baby comes. So I mean, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Yes, Kang, that was the announcement. That's the 18th. We don't know the gender yet, so I'm pretty sure it's a boy though. I'm pretty sure my pretty sure is not. I need to point to where they can see it. She thinks. I think I should. I mean, that done mess this all up. So I apologize for how. Yeah, I apologize for how close my face is to the camera, but that's the cost of having hers on there. Ew, no wonder somebody rear-ended somebody in this stop-and-go traffic. Anyway, what was I saying? I think it's going to be a boy. She thinks it's going to be a boy, too, so she'll make fun of me for saying that I think it's a boy based on absolutely nothing. She thinks it's a boy, too. Also based on the same amount of data. So, because she's the only one who's got. So yeah, no, unfortunately not twins, Kang, which would be awesome, and I'm so glad that it was Twin Cities Guppies that threw that out there. But no, she wanted twins. She was rooting for twins big time. But no, we have had the first ultrasound, and there is just one baby in there, so no twins. But we are going to find out the gender in a week from tomorrow. I mean, it's really not. It's not from the doctor and it's not a sonogram because our doctor won't do the gender sonogram until 20 weeks. And King says the other one's hiding. Still possible. Maybe that is a possibility. But we're going to do the DNA test where you do the finger prick and send the blood in. And they check the baby's DNA, which the only way you get that wrong is if you mess up the test somehow, like don't wash your hands good and get somebody else's DNA into the sample or something like that. Because, I mean, DNA is what DNA is, and you can tell. And according to the company that does the testing, it is 99.1% accurate. So I'm pretty sure that's accurate enough for us to cut a blue or pink cake and tell our friends that it's a boy or a girl.
I mean, we're going to do it. So.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And you guys don't know her a whole lot, but she's actually from Oklahoma. And so her brothers both live in Oklahoma. Her parents now live in Arkansas. We live in Cincinnati, Ohio. And it just so happens that we're planning on getting the results from the test back in the middle of next week. And her parents will be getting in the middle of next week. And so we are going to be having a reveal party a week from tomorrow. So we got Aquashella tomorrow, and then a week later, a gender reveal. So it's going to be an awesome 2 weekends in a row for me. So we are super, super stoked. And so, yeah, it's pretty stinking awesome. And think about this, Gina. Yep. You're going to appreciate this. Okay. As a fish keeping enthusiast like you are, somebody that loves fish as much as you do, and somebody who loves fish tube as much as you do, you will appreciate this, that the video that caused me to start expanding the number of tanks I have and put together an actual fish room and start breeding for profit and all that stuff was a video about breeding for profit. Okay? One of my best not one of my best videos, I don't think it's that great of a video, but one of my best performing videos is about breeding for profit. Okay. And now, the one who got his start because of breeding for profit and who is known to at least like 100 people on the internet for breeding for profit is now breeding for loss of profit. Okay. And that's my life right now. No. But no, thank you guys. I did see some congratulations scroll through the chat. I can't like actually pay too much attention to the chat right now because again I'm driving.
And I don't know what I'm doing.
You just scroll up and down through it, and you read what people say.
They all
That-
say congratulations.
Everybody said, thank you,
Pretty much.
everybody. Because apparently that's what everybody has said. Is
Maybe like
congratulations.
5. I don't know.
Well, that's how many people are watching, so that's everybody. So thank you guys, and thank you for sticking it out through the choppy connection. And to those of you who are going to Aquashella, I will see you in the morning. And I'm gonna see if I even know how to close this out on the phone.